In the heart of a quiet little town stood an ancient clock tower. Its chimes marked the rhythm of life for generations, until one fateful night, the clock stopped. Toby, a boy with a knack for solving puzzles, was the first to notice something strange. The clock's hands were stuck at midnight, and shadows around the tower seemed to dance without a source of light. Soon, the whole town began to change. Shadows flickered on walls where there were no lamps. People started forgetting small things like their names or even where they lived. Determined to solve the mystery, Toby called on his three best friends, Lila, the clever inventor, Jonas, the skeptical realist, and Milo, his shy little brother who knew more about the tower than he let on. They discovered an old legend about a clockmaker who disappeared the night the tower was completed. The townsfolk believed he'd hidden a dark secret inside the clock itself. One sunny afternoon, while searching the base of the tower, the group stumbled upon a rusty key. It was etched with glowing symbols that matched a strange drawing in an ancient book. Late that night, they crept into the tower. Dust filled the air, and the sound of their footsteps echoed off the walls. The air grew colder as they climbed the spiral stairs, their flashlights barely cutting through the darkness. At the top, they found the clock's heart, a massive room filled with gears and pendulums, motionless and covered in cobwebs. It was a marvel, but something felt wrong. Suddenly, the shadows on the walls began to move. They stretched and twisted, forming menacing shapes with glowing red eyes. The friends huddled together, their flashlights shaking in their hands. On a dusty desk, they found an old journal. Its pages were filled with sketches of the clock tower and cryptic notes about a missing hour, a secret time trapped between midnight and the next day. As they read, the clock suddenly sprang to life. It chimed loudly, boom, boom, even though its hands were frozen. A green glow filled the room, and the shadows grew larger. Out of the darkness stepped a figure made of swirling shadows, its glowing eyes locked onto the children. It raised a claw-like hand and pointed to the exit, as if warning them to leave. Lila's sharp eyes noticed a crack in one of the gears. She whispered to the group, "If we can fix it, maybe we can reset the clock." But the Shadow Guardian didn't plan to let them try. They climbed higher, into the tower's core. The stairs twisted and turned, and whispers echoed around them, growing louder with every step. Milo clung to Toby's arm, trembling. Finally, they reached the top and stepped into a strange world. The town below looked frozen in twilight, glowing faintly purple. Time itself felt broken. Out of the twilight emerged the ghostly figure of the clockmaker. He spoke in a soft, sorrowful voice. "I created the 13th hour to trap a darkness, but now it's breaking free." The kids leapt into action. Toby turned a giant lever while Lila tightened bolts on the gears. Jonas pulled chains with all his might. Meanwhile, Milo held up their flashlights, driving the shadows back. The Shadow Guardian roared, transforming into a swirling black vortex. It lunged at the kids, but their combined light pushed it back. The tower shook as the clock's gears roared to life. The twilight world began to crack like glass. Pieces floated upward, dissolving into light. The kids held their breath as the final shadow dissolved, and the clock struck 1. The next morning, the clock tower rang with a new, joyful chime. The town was safe, and time was restored. As the sun rose, the kids sat on a hill, smiling. They knew their secret would remain a legend forever.